Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. Ledger is currently having a hardware wallet sale. Ledger Nanos are currently 30% off in select colors, as well as a number of family packs, which are also at 10% off as well. While I do not work for Ledger, I am an affiliate and have an affiliate link in the description below. This offer is specifically for those who want to keep their cryptocurrencies safe. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Here's a big one. A new kind of scam has begun to spread on X. X, of course, being the new name for Twitter, this time involving accounts spoofing the identity of David Schwartz, one of the architects of the XRP blockchain, current CTO at Ripple, and an extremely popular community member. Here we are once again. For those of you who have not been here for a number of years, I'll explain something to you. I mentioned before, and you might have heard, I hope so, that if you look at my comment section, it's full of bots. I can't get rid of them because they're robots. That's how robots work. You can try and ban them as much as you want. Someone programs into a computer, let's make 100,000 new bots, and those 100,000 new bots will, of course, overpower everything within the cryptocurrency space. Years and years ago, before we were all quite privy and keen, or understood rather, the idea of all these bots floating around, a lot of people used to get tricked quite easily. There was a thing on YouTube for a very long time which basically involved people showing other people, from cryptocurrency events or conferences or sitting on stage or talking about a coin. And you must have seen them because they used to be everywhere, basically announcing that they would be giving away that coin at some point during the duration of the video. I made multiple videos years ago warning people about these videos because they were so prevalent. And I'm still not sure to this day how people thought that was going to work out. The way that they used to work on YouTube is that they would show a video of Vitalik Buterin. He's sitting at a conference and he's talking to a bunch of other people about the power of cryptocurrencies, decentralization, and Ethereum. The comment section, someone would write, hey, send Ethereum to this address. For every 1 Ether you send us, we will send you back 5. How interesting it was to see that people were actually doing it. There were multiple cases of people, of the people in the comment sections while these videos were playing saying, hey, send me 1,000 XRP and I'll send you back 10,000. I remember quite clearly the first video that I ever made on that topic when I was discussing to people. And I told them, have you ever walked down the street and someone said, hey, do you have $1? You handed them $1 and then they gave you 10 back. Have you ever been in a situation before where someone said, I really, do you have a house? And you hand them your keys and they go, I'm going to give you 10 more houses. I wrote that on Twitter years ago and people were actually like discussing it. And I was like, if that doesn't happen in the real physical world, what makes you think that someone is going to give you 10x of what you give them? You are under the illusion that there is someone out there who has $900 billion who's like, you know what? I'm going to give this all away because I want to like spread the word of these cryptocurrencies. Apparently, these things are still going on. A lot of people believe that there are other people out there who are just trying to, do good Samaritan work and that they're trying to give them an enormous amount of cryptocurrencies for free. And that's, have you not been on this planet before? Is this your first time here? If it is, let me remind you, that's not how any of this works. It says, in fact, the scamming method is not new, with fake accounts filling every possible media space with a ton of tweets about giving away hundreds of millions of XRP by clicking on a magic link. However, in the past, scammers used the identity of Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. He was the main face of it. It was always something with Garlinghouse and how he was giving away tons of money. And I don't know how people fell for it. I think people at some point got a little bit embarrassed because there were tons of news stories from mainstream media outlets, if you would call them this, where apparently over the course of an hour-long period, people had sent roughly around $300,000, $400,000 worth of cryptocurrencies to these accounts. And these same accounts, that is to say the actual account of the cryptocurrency, the wallet, they would try the same exact thing 3 weeks later and it would work all over again. Some of them have made tens of millions of dollars. This was more so years ago. Once again, people have gotten a bit wiser, but clearly not wise enough that this is actually a news story that's still floating around. It says that, and I don't agree. It says it is likely that a sophisticated crypto Twitter user, as well as a longtime member of the XRP community, is unlikely to fall for such an uncomplicated scam. You have no idea how people work. It's the same exact thing. Now hear me out here. It's the same exact thing with coins that you know are garbage and you continue to buy them. You know the coins you've been buying over the last couple of months. It's this thing that people have inside of them that tells them, I might be buying this, it might be garbage, but it still might be real. I want to make sure that I'm first at the front of the line with this garbage coin, and then the coin disappears, it evaporates, and then you do the same exact thing 2 months later. I knew someone a long time ago, and I will never forget this. Me and this person actually aren't even friends anymore. I think it was just a difference in mindset about life. And I remember telling them about the cryptocurrency space and Bitcoin and Ethereum. It was more so XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I said, if you want it, this is not financial advice. This was friendly advice to a friend back then. I said, if you want to get into the cryptocurrency space, focus on these 3 coins. These are the largest coins. Pay attention to them. If you make money, it'll be from these coins, not these other things. And they consistently made sure that they were buying other coins. And I mean Bitcoin Dark, Bitcoin Diamond. They were buying WorldCoin, not the new WorldCoin, because there's already a coin called WorldCoin. They bought everything under the sun. There was even one called VertCoin, V-E-R-T. This was many, many years ago. And they told me that they were on the cusp, on the precipice of finding a brand new coin that everyone else simply wasn't paying attention to. And also they believed that someone who claimed that they were Satoshi Nakamoto was actually Satoshi Nakamoto. And I went back to them a number of years later and they told me that they were no longer into crypto. And I with a shocked face, why? What happened? Why are you not in crypto? They said the whole place is a scam. It's one big gigantic scam. Put my money into the market and it didn't work out. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. The coins that I told you were going to completely collapse because no one is using them. Those coins fell down to zero. Wow, bro, that's crazy. I can't believe it. So it's something similar to this. I think in the back of your head, you know that no one's going to be giving you away free money. That you have to invest. You have to put in the time and the effort. What? You have to actually care about what you're doing and not just throw your money into any random coin? Yeah, it's the same way that all investing works. If you want to buy stocks, you got to figure out the best stocks. Where is your money going to grow? If you want to buy a bed, you don't just buy a pile of hay and go, well, this looks like it could work. You sit on the bed. You learn what kind of bed is the best, what kind of mattress you need for your neck and for your back, what kind of pillow you need. Why should crypto be any different? What makes you... Anyway, the point is, yes, these are floating around all again. That is the negative aspect. As always, the glass half full silver lining is actually, these are the moments, these are the precursors to the bull run. It has been the same for the last 3 or 4 cycles that I've been in. It's always been exactly the same. The scams begin to pop up in mass when prices are moving up or beginning to move up quite rapidly. And I saw this first. The first real answer for me was when Pepe coin popped up and everyone ran to it. I was like, okay, this is the first thing that I'm seeing that's happening. And I mentioned to you about 2 or 3 months ago as well when I saw the body comments in the comment section. It's always the same exact thing on social media. You just have to figure out how to protect yourself. Don't click on fake links. Don't click on weird things. It's the same exact thing. If at any point you see in the comment section that there's an account that looks like mine, that is not mine, therefore they are not me. I will not and have not ever asked you for money in exchange for information. This is why I make these videos. They are for you for free. If someone or something starts talking to you on social media, asking you for money on Twitter, on X, on Facebook, or I don't care where it is not me. Ignore them, or actually, even more so, if you have some frustrations inside of you, kind of let them have it. You know what I mean? You know, give them a good talking to if it makes you feel any better. Yeah, that's the 100 million XRP giveaway news. And yeah, let's move on. I don't know how this is going to work. Like, I actually can't figure it out. The United States state of Wyoming is beginning their own work on their own stablecoin, officially called the Stable Token Project, by opening a job position for the head of the Stable Token Commission. The executive will lead a team responsible for making a proper legislative framework for the project. I don't know where all of you are from. I don't know the laws of every country, and I cannot. However, I'm about 900 bajillion% sure you can't simply go around and circumvent the US dollar as a US state. What do I mean? Well, history. For those of you who are from the States or at any point listened in school, many moons ago, hundreds of moons ago, thousands, billions. Anyway, the point is, states years ago used to have their own currencies until at some points, what was the thing that was created? Yes, the United States, where they all came together and their former currencies were basically relinquished. There used to be an issue back in the 17 and early 1800s where states had different currencies. So you would walk from one state to another and you had to swap into their, I'm not joking, look it up. You had to swap into their local currencies. It was a mess because they all had different rates and different numbers, and you had to basically hope that they had the right one. This was mitigated by creating the United States dollar and making sure that everywhere you went within the US, they all had the same currency. We have had rumors for a while that the US is allegedly trying to create their own stablecoin / central bank digital currency. And part of the issue is that Wyoming creating their own, essentially their own currency. There's a difference between a company creating a coin that is based off of the value of the US dollar and Wyoming saying that they're going to do the exact same thing when they fall under the law and law of the United States government and who can and who cannot mint money within the view of the actual states. So I think the idea is interesting. I see what they're going for, but there's also no reason for this. It's like years ago when some of the biggest news within the cryptocurrency space is that there would be a number of gold-backed cryptocurrencies. And I tried in vain telling people for the last 75 years, people have tried to do this multiple times and none of them have worked. I saw something about a couple of months ago. Someone was telling me, why am I not talking about this new gold-backed cryptocurrency? And I use cryptocurrency very lightly there. It's because this is like the 10th one. They keep trying to make them and none of them work because they're not. You need an egregious amount of gold that the people who are trying to make these things, they have no actual backing. You don't have hundreds of billions of dollars worth of gold to be able to stabilize a cryptocurrency. The position was opened on the federal government's website for civil jobs. The commission seeks to hire an executive director who would lead a team comprised of the Wyoming governor, state auditor, state treasurer, and 4 expert appointees. The state is looking for someone with connections. Wow, that's weird. Anybody got any connections? Can you guys point me to Vitalik Buterin? And expertise in the blockchain industry, promising a $150,000 annual salary. I'm a little confused. I don't understand the point of this, especially if at some point, like, you would need the Wyoming stablecoin to be compatible with other blockchains. How am I swapping in and out of this? Am I only using this digital coin within Wyoming? If the US makes their own central bank digital currency, why am I supposed to swap my... You understand what I'm saying? I would have to swap from one currency into the digital US dollar. If I go to Wyoming, am I supposed to be using the Wyoming digital currency, or could I just continue using the central bank digital currency? If I can continue using the US central bank digital currency, what's the point of me going into Wyoming and have to swap into their currency? Who's using it? I understand the ambition, but I feel like these efforts are always, the word's not even futile. It's like stupid-tile. It's more like the effort that's being wasted on creating this could have been the creation of a website that was used to educate people within Wyoming about about the blockchain, how Bitcoin works, how all of this could benefit them, to let them understand that the market might go up, but it might also go down. However, in a world that's increasingly getting more and more into cryptocurrencies, this could benefit the people of Wyoming. Instead, they're trying to spend $150,000 a year on one person who has connections to create a stable coin that no one's going to use. What's going on? What am I missing? Anyway, that's the Wyoming news. I don't think anybody was expecting that. And yeah, let's move on. Also, in what is happening? So remember I told you everyone seems to be acting like the XRP SEC lawsuit ruling is kind of like the beginning of this new era within the cryptocurrency space, as if like it's meant to like fix everything. Like, your car's broken, dude, you know, the SEC lost a lawsuit and then your car turns on. Like, is that kind of really weird thing that's happening right now. The U.S. Southern District Court's ruling in favor of payments network Ripple is incrementally positive for Coinbase. Sure, British banking giant Barclays said in a report on Monday. They said, "We view the ruling as incrementally positive for Coinbase, given the interpretation that in some cases a token may not be a security." Okay. The bank also lowered the rating of Coinbase's stock to underweight. Sure. They said this may also provide incremental clarity for future token issuances as well. Barclays lowered Coinbase's stock to underweight from equal weight, and it saw a few positive drivers for the crypto exchange's share price in the near term. The SEC recently sued Coinbase on allegations of violating federal securities laws, following a similar suit against Binance. The SEC sued everyone, basically. The idea from this bank is that because the judge ruled in favor of Ripple that the initial sales of XRP from the company to crypto exchanges, and therefore to everyone else who was able to access them, did not constitute the sale of an unregistered security. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to help Coinbase, in that Coinbase is being sued by the SEC in the allegation of that Coinbase's products are securities because allegedly the cryptocurrency exchange has not told customers exactly how the funds are being used. So one of them was about a company, NXRP. The other one is about Coinbase not telling their customers, allegedly, what they've been doing. For those of you who missed it a couple of months ago, the SEC believes that Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance, this is why I believe Binance US is winding down operations, because the SEC is absolutely insane. And I believe Kraken's US firm has also wound down or is winding down operations as well, because the SEC is basically alleging that, let's say you have 32 Ether and you put it on Coinbase and you say, yeah, I'm staking my coins. And then at the end of the month, you get some of your reward for staking your coins. The SEC is saying, well, how do you, as the customer, know that they were actually staking your coins and simply not using your coins in the background to trade on a crypto exchange or whatever, make a hefty profit, double, triple their money, and then simply sprinkle money on you and say staking? That's what they're currently suing Coinbase for, because Coinbase has a number of things. Every crypto exchange has stuff on their platform that kind of gives a end of year or end of month return on money in some sort of way. And the SEC is saying that Coinbase and the other crypto exchanges are not transparent enough to show what's actually happening with the money. Like, you physically can't see the coins going into the system or on the blockchain. You're simply receiving money. Is this a security then? Because they may be doing something else with your money and therefore guaranteeing you a specific amount of money in return. Like, that's the idea. You bought something, a product, with an expectation of profit from the company or whatever they might be doing with your money. And keeping in mind, once again, as long as you legally are able to do so, you should look into staking yourself. They have a lot of very secure wallets that give you the actual seed phrase, so you own and control your money, and you are able to do the exact same things that they do on cryptocurrency exchanges, except this time you don't pay a fee. That sounds far better to me than trusting this is me personally, than trusting my coins. This is once again why I use Ledger. I've been using Ledger for a very long time. I personally don't see the appeal in having tons of money on a cryptocurrency exchange, because it just sounds terrifying. Anyway, that's the banks believe that because XRP is not an unregistered security, in that one case, that Coinbase for some reason will be favored in a securities lawsuit that has to do with them allegedly offering products to their customers. The world's a confusing place. Anyway, that's the Coinbase news. Hey, yeah. Let's move on. Also in never-ending story at this point, the Republic of Palau, that is Palau, has made a significant move by partnering with Ripple to create its stablecoin known as the Palau stablecoin, the PSC. The director of Palau's digital residency program and a member of Palau's Ministry of Finance, J. Hunter Anson, took to Twitter, or X, to share the news of this collaboration between the National Treasury and Ripple Labs. According to the report, the first Palau stablecoin has been minted. See, this makes sense, because this is a country. This isn't a state. Sure, yeah. Anyway, the news that we've had over the last couple of months, not weeks since the SEC lawsuit thing, has been that Ripple has been working with a large number of countries. Not a one, not a two, apparently it's dozens, where these countries are actually creating their own central bank digital currencies. Some of them are even calling it a stable coin. Maybe it's, more hip to them. I'm not really sure. But they're announcing that they're actually putting it on top of the XRP blockchain. We also had news a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, that apparently Ripple is working with, what is it? Was it Europe? I want to say countries within Europe to help them launch their testing for central bank digital currencies on top of the XRP ledger, so that they can see exactly how seamless and easy it is to actually use. I believe there are dozens at this point of countries who are working with them to be able to do this. And the most recent one that we're hearing of is Palau. The tweet right here, it says, what are tweets called now? Are they called like zeets, meets, yeets? I saw people like writing what they were, and I don't know how to like, it starts with an X. Seats? Wait, Xena. Zeets. Okay. The Palau National Treasury Director and our industry partner Ripple Senior Engineer and Lead Product Manager celebrate minting the very first stablecoin PSC at the National Capital, and I can't pronounce the name of that. There's too many consonants. The very limited and controlled PSC pilot tests specific use cases inside Palau, and then there's like a video of someone taking a phone, and then someone like taking a photo of her clapping her hands or whatever is happening right there. Cool. Yeah, this is, it looks like Ripple News has kind of taken the place of any kind of Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. What's the other one? What's the yellow coin? The coin with the coin with the thing. Terra Luna Classic, that used to be all over the place a while ago. But lo and behold, Ripple is just, almost at destroying the meta. That doesn't make it, it's not a video game. Anyway, yeah, cool. More Ripple news. They're in the news every single day, tens of bajillions of times. Still making sure to expand around the world, and I know that tons of people still aren't paying attention. And at this point, it's not Ripple's fault. It's just kind of you. That's the Ripple news. Yeah. Let's move on. Also, why would they be doing this? That doesn't make any sense. But it does. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange's founder, Changpeng Zhao, and the exchange's former compliance chief, his name is Samuel Lim, have intended to file motions to dismiss a complaint from the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Per a filing on Monday, Binance and its partners respond to the CFT lawsuit. In March 27th. It's like 1,000 years ago. The CFTC filed a complaint against the crypto exchange and Changpeng Zhao over offering what they claim to be unregistered crypto derivative products within the United States, thus violating the law. The CFTC accused Binance of operating an illegal exchange in a sham compliance program. The regulator sued Binance, Changpeng Zhao, and Lim with willful evasion of U.S. law, while engaging in a calculated strategy of regulatory arbitrage to their commercial benefit. So, I mean, listen, none of us work for Binance. None of us are there. None of us are in the same exact office as all of these people. I still personally find it very far-fetched that Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken would have willfully, purposefully violated laws in a country such as the United States with the attempt at destroying their own businesses. It just does not add up. March 27th, however, adds up quite equally in that this was roughly around the time just before we heard that Fidelity and BlackRock were getting into the cryptocurrency space. I told all of you this at the beginning of the year. Doesn't it seem a little weird that every single cryptocurrency exchange just got in trouble the exact same week? Maybe something's brewing. Maybe something's going on. And then I said in a video, I was like, wouldn't it be really weird if BlackRock and Fidelity popped up and got into the cryptocurrency space? And then I made another video that I was basically called like I told you so, or like I told you this would happen, because it's exactly what took place. So in unshocking news, Binance and Changpeng Zhao are trying to get these charges dismissed because I can only assumption that Binance and Changpeng Zhao were like, you only launched this against us because you were trying to make way for these trillion-dollar companies to take over the cryptocurrency space. It's no surprise that, for those of you who missed it, these large banks around the world are now all into cryptocurrencies. They're all applying for licenses. They're all getting these licenses. They're all buying up crypto. For those of you who just scoffed, you as a bank, you as anything, cannot offer selling Bitcoin as a bank unless you as the bank are buying Bitcoin. The timing is incredibly suspicious. It's been this way for a while. These ramped up regulatory efforts, I think, are also like just one gigantic clown show where regulators around the world are trying to pretend that they're doing something for the good of the people. And it's like, no, you would have done that in 2017. You would have done that in 2018. You would have done that in 2019. You would have done that in 2020. You would have done that in 2021. You would have done that in 2022. Why the beginning of this year? What's up with this gigantic ramp up of everyone now wanting to regulate the space? And also, what at the exact same time, all these mega banks and institutions getting into crypto? And the really funny part, follow the news, follow the money, follow the puzzle piece. I don't know what you're trying to find there. Is the stuff that multiple different countries around the world have claimed that Binance is doing something wrong, and then months later, their government is launching their own cryptocurrency exchange, the largest bank within the country, which is usually owned by the richest family. Look it up. The richest family within that country also launches their own crypto exchange. That's really weird. Binance was in your country for 6 to 7 years, but February and March they did something wrong, and then April, the royal family launched the cryptocurrency. Oh yeah, well that totally makes a lot of sense. So one of the more popular or out there news stories of the day. A lot of people were confuzzled as to why this news was floating around, is because a lot of I hope that we eventually live on a planet that is just and right and fair for everyone. I know someone just laughed. I internally laughed because at this point, the world is just a gigantic pile of garbage, and I had hoped that at least regulators would have properly regulated instead of just trying to do this gigantic power tug of war. But here we are. Yeah, that's the Binance news all the time. And yeah, let's move on. I don't know why this website keeps doing that. Like, it literally just like disappears. It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Jimmy, Jim, American Crypto Academy, Bodie McBoatface, Sam Ratter, Dotha Diddy, Many Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Geba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, The Dealer, Zen Cap, The Summing in the Z-Way, Lay, Mobarazi, VB Nerd 21, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Biddy, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pattern Noster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman, High XR, Pinos, Theroma, Josh Arson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Adam, Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cold D3D, Satsuna, Paxis, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Anytime Fitness, Miles Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Machanisa, and on Crypto with Lionel. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to everyone who has left. Did you see that? One of these things was just walking backwards. That was very weird. Thank you to, like, literally walking backwards. Thank you to everyone who has left a comment, who has left a like, who has subscribed, who's been here for a number of years. Thank you for all the continued support. I do appreciate it. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to 136,000 pending transactions. Get it together, Bitcoin. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.